Yes, respected friends, welcome you all. Great sublime text, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. We are endeavoring to study. Yes, this study may not be the best or the ultimate, but a very good attempt on our part to slowly get blessings from the divine and really become qualified to study, understand, live this great Shastra Jnana Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana. May truly the divine bless us, Parabrahma Ishvara, Jaganmata, Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana, the entire world be pleased, kind, and considerate towards us and empower us to really live the spiritual life, grow, and may we again in turn, as a reciprocation, serve the world spiritually mainly. So, the Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha, Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, Krupa bhi on all of us. So, the Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, third Utpatthi Prakarana, the beautiful Leelopakhyanam, coming to conclusion, few more sargas. Here we are on the question of Rama. The answers are given. This question answer put together is a beautiful revealing knowledge. Sri Vaashishtha ji is guiding. So if you really observe with that hawk eye, without zooming eye, with that very sublime, subtle buddhi, which has grasped and remembered what entire thing we have studied in this Leela Upakhyanam, almost everything, the essence of entire Tattvika Jnana, Vedantika Jnana is revealed. Right? The Brahman is revealed, the Atman is revealed, the Jiva is revealed, the Bandhana is revealed, the Moksha is revealed, the Jiva's Janma Marana are revealed. After the Marana, to which are the Lokas he goes, how it is decided, who decides, even those things are revealed. So many beautiful. If you have that comprehending the entire knowledge comprehensively at one go, if you have that ability, you can see all these things are conveyed. That's why when we study such Tattva Shastras again and again, with full Shraddha, Bhakti, and Jignasa to know all these beautiful knowledges are revealed to us, then they will really release us from the ignorance and ignorance bound or created delusions. Remember, we are all Ajnana Janita, Moha Bandhita, Moha Baddha. So, both the Moha and Ajnana will go away when we gain the Sujnana, Vijnana and live that knowledge, LIVE. So, thanks to Rama Bhagavan for asking Prashna. Thanks to Vasishtha Bhagavan with patience teaching us. Thanks to all those who brought this text up to our level, and prayers to again and again all of them that they may give us the Sukshma Buddhi. We also, through all our various disciplined lives and upasanas, gain that Sukshma Buddhi to grasp every bit of such Shastra and fully enjoy the learning, the doing, the reaching. We'll start with our Mangalacharana Sloka as every day. Welcome, respected friends. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्राणामाचार्येभ्यो नमः। श्री सरस्वती मात्रे नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थना दीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणाद् आरभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृते धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्य भूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने स्वप्नार्थ विचारणं नाम सप्तपञ्चाशत्तम सर्गः श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच. So, very beautiful, sublime prashna by Rama. Sri Bhagwan's answer is very eye opening to us. When your knowledge is about what happens in this cosmos, in this world, in this Jiva Loka, Jiva Gati, even though all of them it valid at the ignorance level, not at the Brahma sthiti. In pure Brahman, only Brahman alone is there nothing. The more we have this knowledge, abide in it. Only two things we have to gain knowledge and abide. One is Brahman is Satyam, everything is that, and I am that. Two, yeah, all else is nothing but a projection on this Brahman, Kalpita. Only the Shakti expression of the Lord for his Leela, for his play. While that play is going on, so many rules and regulations are there for that play. As we are also part of this game, whichever the place we are placed, we to have the rules and regulations to follow at the Upadhi level. When we do so, there is absolute safety, security. And at the Nirupadhika level, let us have the oneness identity with that reality. When in both we are fully established, that in the Leela we are through our Swadharma contributing. Beyond that, beyond the Upadhi, we are one with Paramatma Tattva. In both of them, when we are established, we are safe. We are liberated. We are free. We are no more bound. May this knowledge become stronger, deeper, doubtless, day by day. So too may we take up the due sadhanas also to reach to that experience. Okay. Yesterday in the 27th mantra, very powerful thing Sri Vaashishthaji says, after which again Sri Rama's Prashna. What Vaashishthaji concludes is Bhranti matram tu dehatma tesham tadupashamyati satyabodhena rajjunam sarpabuddhiriva atmani. So rajjunam sarpabuddhihi satyabodhena upashamyati. So there is a rajju on that sarpa buddhi, sarpa kalpana done by us. And as long as we take kalpita sarpa as real, there are fears and other consequences. But when the rajju satya buddhi happens, rajju is rajju, rope is rope, very clearly apprehended. Thereafter, that sarpa buddhi rajjau upashamyati. In that rajju, the sarpa buddhi, the wrong notion, upashamyati, gets quietened and eliminated. In the same way, Bhranti matram tu deha atma. This Stula Deha is an Atma, is Bhranti only. Stula Deha existing itself is Bhranti. Tesham, for those yogis who have followed all the yogic sadhanas, Satya Bodhena, when the Bodha of the Ativahikata, which is higher Satya, when it happens, Satya Bodhena, Tad, that Bhranti Matra Dehatmata Upashamyati, it becomes quieted. Having said this, a powerful, powerful thing. Sri Vasishthaji says here, so powerful but very tough for us to listen, understand, digest, but that's what our goal. He says, Ko dehaha kasya va satta kasya nashaha katham kutaha stitam tadeva yada bhuta abodaha kevalam gataha Krishna Vasudeva. So, ko dehaha, which is the body, where is the sharira? Kasya va satta. Where is the satta to the sharira? Kasya nashaha katham kutaha. Where from it has got created? Where did it exist? Where is its destruction? Then who is destroying it? Where from it is getting destroyed? None of them are there. What is there then? Stitam tadeva yad abhut. Yad abhut tat eva stitam. That which was there in the beginning, eternally, that alone existing all the time. Yad abhut tadeva stitam. A very good line. That which was alone is ever, ever, ever there. Then other than that which was ever there, how did it come? It came from abodha. ठीक है? Then where it will go away? When the bodha comes, the abodha goes away. Along with the abodha, the consequent all this projected also go away. Therefore, abodha kevalam gatah. This is a very powerful Vedantic thought. That the Stula Deha never disappeared anywhere. Stula Deha concept is born out of the abodha of the Ativahika Deha. So Ativahika Deha Bodha happened or not? Then Ativahika Deha Bodha when happened, Abodha has gone. Then Abodha consequence of this projected Stula Sharira gone. That's a fact. Otherwise, however, the Stula Sharira tangible in its Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sangandhas and giving experiences to us, how much ever it was appearing to be real, along with the Deha, all those Anubhutis also are Abodha Kalpita only. When Prabodha happens, that goes away. Very powerful sentence it. Okay. Let us chant it 4 times. Sthitam tadeva yadabhuta abodha kevalam gataha. Sthitam tadeva yadabhuta abodha kevalam gataha. Sthitam tadeva yad abhuta abodha kevalam gataha. Sthitam tadeva yad abhuta abodha kevalam gataha. Sthitam tadeva yad abhut abodha kevalam gataha. In case of Ativahika yogis, abodha has disappeared. That's it. And Sthitam Yadeva Tadabhut, what was there, the Ativahika, eternal was there. What about the Adibhautika? It was Abodha Kalpita. So, along with the Bodha of the Ativahika, the Abodha gone away, along with the Abodha, the Kalpita, Stula Deha, they also just disappeared. When I wake up to the waking plane, the ignorance of my waking is gone. Along with that, they projected dream, which was appearing to be so real there, no? All of that is gone. See, to this, our own inner self knowledge, to this knowledge, which is the main thing, main theme of human liberation, as well as the main theme of Sanatana Dharma, Shastras, how far we have gone away from this knowledge that we are not even finding time for listening to it. Forget about understanding, appreciating, accepting, abiding, and getting ourselves liberated. In totality, that's happening. Let it happen. At our own individual level, can we become intelligent? Can we become awakened? Can we reclaim this, our pristine glory, that which was there alone is there even now? That alone is there. Can we get that way guided by our Shruti, Mata, our Shastras, our Gurus in realizing this reality? Think about it. This sentence is so elating. See, Sthitam tat eva yat abodh. Abodha kevalam gata. What happened is, in that case of yogi, the abodha, ignorance, gone away. Then Sthitam tadeva yadabhuta, that which was ever there, the reality, the Ativahika, that alone realized. Then where was the Adi Bhautika Sharira of him? It was only in Abodha, ignorance and projection. That is gone away. So this is the concluding answer to Rama's that prashna. Huh? Sorry. Then listening to this, Rama asked the prashna, that is that the Adi Bhautika only became Adi Ativahika, or Adi Bhautika disappeared. Some other Ativahika Deha came to him. Is it like that? It was so clearly answered to this also, that this proposal is absolutely untrue. Adi Bhautika Badhita. Badhita means its never existing position is realized when one realizes the Ativahikata. Therefore, the new Ativahika never came. Ativahika alone is real, he is awakened to that. The Adi Bhautika was never there, but only because of Abhyasa it exists. It appeared to exist. That Abhyasa is reversed. Therefore, the conceptual, projectional Adi Bhautikata which was there, that has gone away in the case of yogi. These are the questions and answers. Sri Rama Uvacha Ativahikatam eti Adi Bhautika eva kim uta anya iti me bruhi yeno hya iva bhoho prabho. Either Adi Bhautika himself becomes itself become Ativahika or some Ativahika given to him after realizing. So Vasishthaji was answering it. First he scolds Rama. Scolding also is one way of teaching. That when Guru scolds, then one becomes insulted, embarrassed, or his ego is hurt. Then he doesn't want to have that experience again. Therefore, what was the cause for the Guru to scold me? That I did not remember the Jnanam. Why did not I remember it? Because I have not heard properly, I have not contemplated properly, I have not grasped properly, I have not retained it in my heart. So these mistakes of mine prompted the Guru to scold me. I won't allow him for that next time. Therefore, the two options possible for the Guru not to scold again is one, leave the ashram and go away. Isn't it? Na bajegi basuri. There's another way, no? I'm not in the ashram now. The Guru has no right to scold me. I'm saved from that scolding. Other option like Puja Gurudev with Swami Taponamji Maharaj. He understood ये तो taskmaster है. इनके यहाँ टिकना है तो have to be so disciplined and all. And he practiced and mastered that discipline. That's how he could stay with Maharaj and serve him and learn from him. तो रामा ऑल्सो बिकॉज द आगे आने वाले सारे सब्जेक्ट्स टॉपिक्स अप टू द एंड ऑफ निर्वाण प्रकरण द नेक्स्ट 27-28,000 श्लोकास are of very high deep knowledge. So if Rama is made to become alert from now onwards, if he is instigated, okay, then he will be more responsible, not only in asking questions, but also in gaining, retaining jnana. So, how Vasishthaji answered to this prashna? Prashna is the Adibhautika alone became Ativahika for the Jnani, or he was in Adibhautika level? Through his yoga sadhana, he rejected Adibhautika. Now the new Ativahika is given to him. Is it like that? Okay. Adibhautika becoming Ativahika is rejected because Adibhautika Deha itself is denied through yoga sadhana about its never existing position. So when it is badhita, rejected to exist, it becoming something else is ruled out. Ana? Ativahikata given to him? No. If he is a mukta purusha, again he won't enter into Ativahikata again to get bound. So the Shruti Mata's sentence of Nasabhuyo Vijayate stands rejected, which is not acceptable. Therefore, what is the preposition? What was there always was Ativahika only. Only by the Galat Fahmi, Galat Abhyasa, Adibhautika is existing and I am in attachment with it. Through that I am getting all those anubhutis. That strong notion has come like even though it is for 2 or 3 minutes, it happens to us in the dream, the same thing. Dream, Sharira projected, Vyaktitva projected, I the waker, giving up my waker identity, identify with that dream individual. Then in the dream, as a dream individual, there also my height and weight and color of the body are real. In dream, when you stand on the weighing machine, like in the weighing machine, when you rupee or 2 रुपए लगाओ तो कार्ड आता है वहां भी it will come. There will be same thing written. One person at a time, please. This भैंस की तरह ही standing there. वो कह रहा है एक बंदा खड़ा होना चाहिए एक बार तीन तीन नहीं. So in dream also we will be in the dangerous city. obesity. But is it so real? Such an dream is such an analogy, I tell you. If one can deeply ponder our dream, one thing is the wonders that happen in the dream will be able to apprehend. Second, accept the sulata, okay? Accept the drashta drushya being separate. Drushya is stula, drashta is sukshma. Accept this one difference. Entire waking is just like dream only. Mandukya Upanishad has brought that thing to our notice very exhaustively in both Vaitatya and Advaita Prakaranas. You have seen that. Okay, now Sri Vashishthaji's answer. Listen carefully. Bahusho hi uktametate na grunhasi kimuttama ativahika eva asti nasti eva adhibhautikaha. See, bahushaha hi uktametate. Bahushaha means many a times. With so many examples, this was spoken to you. ते एतत् बहुशः उक्तम, ये बात आपको बहुत बार कहा गया. न गृह्णासि किम उत्तम, you are a uttama buddhi, sukshma buddhi, Rama. Why you are not catching that? Yesterday we explained to you, if the highly qualified intellect of Rama's teacher also cannot immediately grasp and need to be told by the Guru repeatedly and himself has to contemplate out it many times, what about you and I? How difficult it is for us, therefore, how much more efforts we have to put. But one thing is what you can't say, so it's so difficult, I'm not following Rama, I'll give up this topic, I'll go somewhere else. The problem is, even though it is so difficult and so tough to understand the reality as it is and reject everything as unreal, even though it is tougher than the toughest, unfortunately, there's no other alternative for moksha. Even to a Mahabhakta, Bhagavan cannot give just like that moksha. Only through jnana he gives moksha. Ha, in bhakti, Bhagavad Krupa helps in the antakarana shuddhi, etc. But without the Atma Jnana, there is no moksha. Therefore, we have to get it at every cost. So, Bhausho hi uktametatte na grannasi kim uttama. How many times I told you, why are you not catching, grasping? Okay, for your sake, once more I am telling you. Once more I am telling you. What is it? Adivahika eva asti nasti eva iha adhibhautikaha. Ativahika eva asti. Ativahika deha alone is existing, is there, is real. Na asti eva iha adhibhautikaha. The adhibhautika is never there on. So the first achievement is successfully rejecting the reality of the adhibhautikata. Only ativahika is there. Ativahika Deha means Aham Vritti reflecting Paramatma Chaitanya in it to become Jnata, Drashta, Karta, Bhokta. Now to have the Jnana, to have the Darshana, to do the karma, to become the Bhokta, he needs a hutment with all facilities. That's how the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas at the Sukshma level, which will go with him even at the Ativahika Deha level, and the Stula Sharira is given. For that, Ativahika Jiva, the Stula Sharira, is given. Given means what? He in his own Ativahika Sthiti, whatever vasanas he is carrying, to exhaust them in his own Kalpana, he has projected the Stula Sharira. Like whatever in waking plane I go through and create vasanas, to exhaust them in dream, am I not projecting my different shariras, lives? Hope you are alert to catch. What I am doing in waking, creating vasanas. To exhaust them in dream, am I not projecting those dehas? Is my mind not projecting them? Like in waking, you want to fly. So, as a human with the waking body, you cannot fly, but the vasana is so strong. Therefore, in dream you get, isn't it, a Paksha Sharira or a some supernatural powers, even as a human being only, that you start flying. So that flying human Sharira or flying Paksha Sharira, it's projected in the dream because of vasanas. And it gives all those experiences of flying, etc. also. Just because the experiences have come, you cannot say they are real. That's why when you wake up, where is the dream Pakshi Sharira or dream Manushya Sharira which could fly? If that's understood, same is this one. I, the Ativahika, to exhaust my vasanas, I projected Adibhautika. Otherwise, Adibhautika is not real by itself. In case of yogi, all those vasana samskaras which need Adibhautika Sharira to express have ended. Therefore, the projection of Adibhautika stopped there. Projection stopped, that's it. Adibhautika was never created, never destroyed. Like on the TV screen, movie is not created nor destroyed. It's projected, and as long as projection continues, the movie continues to stay. Movie continues to appears continuously. Then, when the projection stops, the movie ends. So, did the movie have a beginning and end? No. The movie beginning is called projection, or projection is called as beginning. Stopping the projection is called end. Therefore, end and beginning and end are only projections. Therefore, Sthula Deha's beginning and its end are projection only. Its projection is equal to not real. So, when it's not real, about that which is projection and not real, every question is invalid because it is projection. You can ask a question about something which is real, isn't it? When it is a projection, क्या आपको लॉजिकल जवाब मिलेगा बताओ? Any jawab is given, it's not satisfactory and correct or complete. Then what is the jawab? Correct jawab? Don't ask question. Just drop it by saying that it's projection. Isn't it? Like we see some movies very emotional. एक 10-20 साल भी some movies we remember. But the heroes, heroines who acted in that movie and lived that action as if so lively, they are forgotten because उसके बाद 50 सिनेमा उनका आए हैं. No, they cannot hold on to that movie anymore. वी आर वरीड कि ये भी इस सिनेमा में हीरो क्यों मर गया या हीरोइन क्यों मर गई. They won't have that thing because they know it's projection. They gave us the role, we played for the movie to be successful as a professional artists. While the shooting is done, we live that art. That's it. उसके बाद they don't value it. इसलिए वो चलता ही रहता है हर एक मूवी. But unfortunately, having acted so many movies also, still they can't understand that the life also is like a movie. One need not become sentimental, emotional to attach with things, beings, and suffer that they don't have. Like you and I also limit our knowledge of Jagat being Mithya, Brahma Satya only to the class. Having gone out of the class, for us, the Brahman is forgotten, Kalpita Jagat is real, so we are lost in it. So to those people. Isn't it? In movie as a hero, he acts like the one who, uh, you know, raises the Nara against all drinks and drugs and all. But in real life, he is the one who promotes them. He has all scams. अब क्या करें? Like us also. In the class, we study Aham Brahmasmi, Naham Devasmi, Naham Jivasmi. Having gone out of it, we just keep this knowledge safe Almira mein. Then we take up the dress of being Jiva, being Deha, being, Samsari. We continue. That's the problem to be sorted out. So, Sri Vasishthaji's answer is this Adivahika eva asti, na asti eva iha adibhautikaha. See how categorical and how clear. Ever Ativahika alone is there, never Adi Bhautika. It's only projected. We give the dream example, etc. It's going to come again. Next, this shloka is equally powerful. Tisma tasya eva abhyasatopyeti sadhi bhautikata matihi yada shamyati sa evasya tada purva pravartate. Now I urge all you audience to focus more, to grasp what is said here, even if you don't understand right now. पहले क्या कह रहे हैं सुन लो, उसको पकड़ो, फिर उसको समझने की बात घर में करो, बट बात पकड़ो. What is it? Tasya eva abhyasatah. Tasya means of that ativahika sthiti yukta. है ना जीवा abhyasatah, because of his abhyasa practice, apyeti, that adi ativahika alone as if gathers to itself. What? Sa adi bhautikata matihi, that the adi bhautika mati, he is ativahika always. But because of the abhyasa, the Adivahika itself as if conceives itself to be the Adibhautika and gets stationed fixed in that. Hetu is what? Abhyasatah. And this abhyasa is not 1 minute, not 2 minutes, not one day, 2 day, but hundreds of lives. And to do that abhyasa, that aham dehosmi, the whole world also supports, like the child when he is born. He is born with clear picture that now I am in the Sharira, into this world center. Using this Sharira, I realize I am not the Sharira. That's how the child comes out of womb. But do you think the relatives and all of them will spare that fellow? Do you think they'll allow him to be a spiritual seeker? Forget about it. First, उसको देहोस में सिखाएंगे. उसके बाद all relativities are taught. Then he is sent to school and college and he is taught how to earn artha, how to convert into kama, bhoga, and live life like that till you die. Never go towards dharma, never study the shastra, never know that you have come to know your real essential self. How systematically our government, our constitution, our all ministers, our parents, relatives, in-laws, outlaws, uncle, penkle, tinkle, so milker, how strongly, successfully they achieve this feat to make us believe that we are Deha, isn't it? Live only as Deha and die one day as Deha. Successfully. सो ये वाला तुम ब्रह्म नहीं हो, तुम जीव भी नहीं हो, तुम शरीर हो. ये सिलसिला परंपरा कितने जन्मों से हमारे बुजुर्ग सिखाते जा रहे. दे लिव लाइक दैट, दे ट्रेन लाइक दैट ओनली अस. विचित्र है कि नहीं? बट कोई समझते नहीं इस बात को ना. पीपल आर नॉट रेडी टू अंडरस्टैंड, है ना. दैट इज ट्रू इंडिया, दैट इज ट्रू सनातन धर्म, वेर आई रियलाइज में सनातन आत्मस्थित, है ना. ऑल अदर थिंग्स आर दी बाई प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ दिस ग्लोरियस ब्रह्म ज्ञान, मीन्स en route to that brahma jnana. When you call India is culturally great, traditionally great, it has beautiful hospitality, it has got lots of values to practice, there are a lot of celebrations, lot of customs, disciplines. When foreigners come and appreciate India for all these things, Indians themselves become proud of all these. मुझे तो हंसी आती. I say this is not real India only. Real India is that where every Indian is Brahma Jnani, Siddhanta and Anubhav, not only stopping at Siddhanta level. Isn't it? India is lost its main Brahma Jnana. Then all other things, okay, good, attractive, but they won't give moksha. Isn't it? If some foreigners come and appreciate India for so many things, well and good. But I don't appreciate. My appreciation is only when every Hindu Indian knows Ishavasya Kenakata Upanishads and they know the Brahma Tattva. Not verbatim, not only words, by experience. Think about it. तो आतिवाहिक एवास्ति सॉरी तस्य एव अभ्यासतो अप्येति सा आदिभौतिकता मति ही. Now that Adi Bhautikata Mati Yada Shamyati with the practice, Sa Eva Asya Tada Purva Pravartate. Then it is retrieved back. What is retrieved? The Mati, the conviction. Retrieved back from identifying with the Stula Sharira to identifying back with the Adivahika Deha. So from the dream when I wake up, I retrieve back to my waking plane, rejecting that dream projected life. Okay, here also taseva abhyasatha apyeti sa adivautikata matihi. So keep on doing abhyasa. Therefore, the mati has gathered such strong notions of adivautika sharira as existing and I am that. What the yogis do for decades together, seated in an ashram, is that wrong abhyasa of conviction regarding the existing utility and identity with the adibhautika, they keep on rejecting. When the rejection becomes completed, then the adibhautika mati goes away. Then what was real, which was always there, ativahikata, that remains. So yada shamyati adibhautikata sa eva asya tada purva ativahikata pravartate, it remains. इतना समझो, we are always Brahman. Neither we are Ativahika Jiva nor we Adivautika Samsari. But because of ignorance, because of vasanas, because of lagatar abhyasa, the Jiva Bhava, the Dehosmi are appearing to be so realistic. Now you have to reverse the process and reject to identify with Adibhautika. Later on, reject to identify with Ativahika. You realize yourself to be Brahma Swarupa. अब ये इतने साल सत्संग सुनने बाद, if this point we caught, all those satsangs are fruitful. If not, do some more satsangas till this point is caught. I am always Brahman. I never need to become Brahman. I have to only realize it. And I am never the Sharira, I am never the Samsari. I am only in the notion, only in the emotion, only in the projection. But the rejection of the notion and emotion and projection, when we do it, we are freed. Very sublime. Means what? Like the pot with all its sizes, shapes, thicknesses, utility for storing water or storing gehu or storing any other item, that pot with all its qualities is ever unreal. Mud alone is real. Be careful about that example. In the same way, our Sthula Deha, with all its Janma, Jara, Roga, Mrityu, and with all its Dukkha giving or sometimes Sukha, pleasure giving, the whole Adibhautika Deha is like that pot only, unreal. Ativahika is real, even Ativahika is also unreal. Aham Brahmasmi alone is real. In that Aham Brahmasmi sthiti, we identify with the Adhisthana of everything. In the Ativahika sthiti, Adi Bhautika is conquered. That is a Yoga sthiti. In that Yoga sthiti with Ativahika sthiti, conquering Adi Bhautika, rising above Adi Bhautika, transcending Adi Bhautika, rejecting Adi Bhautika, freed oneself from the Adi Bhautika. In that Ativahika sthiti, because it's not Sharira Sambandha, therefore Desha, Kala and weight, etc., they won't work. Therefore, he gains that ability to go into any of the lokas. ये आगे आएगा टॉपिक. Now next one, when, as just now we said, once one reaches to identify with Ativahika, transcending the Adibhautika, all the hardnesses, all the heavinesses which were felt at the Adibhautika sthai, they go away automatically. क्या बढ़िया बात है देखो. And this rising above the weight, etc., when we reach to Ati Vahikata, not difficult to understand that even at the Adi Bhautika level, when we go beyond the atmospheric level or the gravitational pull level, when we cross, our body become halka. That's why the astronauts float in the space, float. And the same ones, when they go to different planets, according to their Gurutva Akarshana, the planets, that planet's centrifugal force, whatever, gravitational pull, the weight depends there. So the Vyakti 100 kilo on the earth will have a 32 kilo only in the moon. In some other place, it will be 300 kilo, depending on the Gurutva Akarshana there. So even in that knowledge also we can say the weight etc. are relative. Okay. Now here the weight belong to Adi Bhautika. He reached to the Ati Vahikata. Then how can there be that weight and hardness? They go away. So this is now understood how the yogis are able to fly in the Akasha etc. Go from one place to the other in a minute's time. Because they reach to Ati Vahika Sthiti which is not conditioned by Deshakala. Deshakala also are conditioned, you know. That's why children are asked this mathematical question. So, what is the time taken by this person to go from point A to point B? है ना? What is the distance between point A to point B? 500 kilometers. Now, how much time it will take? And every intelligent student will ask the first question to the master. Before answering the master, sir, tell me the mode of transport. Isn't it? Those 500 kilometer for a person walking by road every day 20 किलोमीटर के हिसाब से 25 days it will take. And the cycle wala, you know, he will go by 20 kilometers for 15 kilometers speed per cycle, let us say, per hour. So he will need 30-35 hours. You know, go on seeing that the scooter wala, the car wala, the bullet train wala, the flight wala. Is it not the time, space, and relative? One, when gets the Ativahika Deha, is beyond time and space. Nothing can condition you. That's why the Naraji disappears from Indraloka, suddenly appears in Raja Bali's court. He did not take lift from anybody en route or booked a flight or his own chartered flight. इनकी जरूरत नहीं होगी. They are in Ativahika Deha. You close the eyes and they are in another Brahmanda altogether. And these Vyasa, the Rishis and all of them, they go to different Brahmandas, conduct classes and come. Now, on the earth also, scientists are slowly discovering the way to go to different planets. अगर साइंस ये कर पाता है तो योग शक्ति से तो somebody can go to different lokas. So total thought is the rejection of the Adi Bhautika. Come to Ativahika. Transcend all Adi Bhautika problems. Keep that in mind, entertain that thought more and more. Therefore, tada gurutvam काठिन्यम इति यश्च मुधाग्रहः शाम्येत स्वप्न नरस्येवा बोधु बोधुर्बोधात निरामयात्. See, tada, when he reaches to the Ativahika sthiti, gurutvam. Gurutvam means heaviness of the sthula sharira. Weight. Kaఠिन्यम, the hardness of the sharira. Iti yacha mudhagraha, which are just a projections only. The weight and hardness, they are shamyat. They become shamya, quiet and do. So the weight of the Ati Bhautika, the hardness of the Adi Bhautika is no more there when one reaches to Adi Ativahika Sthiti. That's the point. Example, Swapna Narasya Iva. Like the Swapna Nara, the human being in the Swapna. When he has got in the Swapna, the Katinata, the Guruta. When he wakes up and remembers that Swapna, do you think still he will feel that heaviness and hardness? है ना? So when he woke up to the waking plane, that Guruta, Katinata are found to be projected. So the Guruta, Katinata of the Swapna, Sharira are not there when one wakes up to Jagrat. In the Jagrat, whatever Stula Sharira we have, which has Katinata, Guruta, they go away when we realize our Ativahika Sthiti. The yogis are in that state. This much is a beautiful thought. Continuation. Lagutula Lagutula samapattihi tatah samupajayate swapne swapna parigyanat iva dehasya yoginah. Hmm. So, Laghu Tula Samapattihi Tataha Samupajayate. So, when he reaches to Ativahika Sthiti, the Guru, the heaviness, replaced by Laguta, the lightness. So, too, the Kathinata is replaced by Tulata, softness. So, the Ativahika Sthiti mein, that hardness and heaviness of Adi Bhautika are not there. Lagu Tula Samapattihi Tataha Samupajayate. स्वप्ने स्वप्न परिज्ञानात इव देहस्य योगिनः. Even in swapna also, he takes his stula deha to be real. If somebody teaches him the yoga vidya, if he in the swapna also practices yoga, in swapna also he will get the swapnika ativahika deha, then the katinata stulata go away. Guruta and katinata, they are replaced by laguta and tulata. Lagu means weightless. Tula means soft, hardless. Okay. In this way, lagtula samapatti tata samupajayate swapne swapna parigyanat iva dehasya yoginaha. So, continuation. Swapne swapna parigyanat yata deho laghur bhavet tata bodhat ayam dehaha sthulavat pratiman bhavet. See, swapne swapna parigyanat. Here, one thing we have to very carefully understand. Even in the swapna, when it is swapna that understanding comes, even the swapna dehas laguta comes. The guruta, katinata go away. Tatha bodhat. In the same way, when the awakening happens to our essential nature that we are ativahika, yatha tatha bodhat ayam dehaha stulavat. This sharira which was there as stula, prutiman bhavet. It becomes so light that it can just float, fly. So a yogi, see, he came to your place, you did puja to him, you washed his feet and all. While doing so, you understood the katinata, the guruta of his feet and all. And then after that is over, suddenly the yogi starts floating, flying in the akasha. How did it happen? How did it happen is that the wrong mati conviction, wrong conception of the laguta, of the adibhautikata gone away. He retrieved and identified with the Ativahikata. Therefore, the Adibhautika Sharir ka weight as well as Katinata, they have gone away like a दूध का नहीं दूध नहीं है क्या बोलते हैं द रुई का small रुई की तरह he just floats only in the sky. Okay. After that, very interesting example is given which will make the entire picture clear. Very important, good explanation. Picture becomes clear here. What is it? Anekadina sankalpa dehe parinatatmanam asmin dehe shavedagdhe tatraiva sthitimiyusham lagu dehanubhavanam avasyam bhavi vai tatha prabodhatishayad eti jivatamapi yoginam. Hmm. Two shloka. First, asmin dehe, sorry. Aneka dina sankalpa dehe parinata atmanam. So, from the birth, as I told you, same thing here, Vashishtha says. Everybody pushed, forced, and empowered, enforced that fellow to identify with the Stula Sharira. Therefore, he lives as Dehosmi only. So, Aneka Dina Sankalpa Dehe Parinata Atmana. So, that Jiva Parinata into Dehosmi because of Aneka Dina Sankalpa. This Aneka Dina is, let us say, he lived for 80 years, 90 years, 100 years. So all these 100 years, what he was living, Dehosmi, Dehosmi. How others were training him, देहोस्मी ओनली. हो गया फर्स्ट स्टेप. अनेक दिन संकल्प देहे परिणत आत्मना. अस्मिन देहे, when this fellow dies, and that jiva is there, and he is watching his sharira, shave dagdhe, that shava, the dead body of him, in front of him only it is burnt. When the sharira is burnt, he is not getting burnt. He is watching it. Tatra eva astiti miyusham. है ना? तत्र एव अस्थिति मीयुषाम आस्थिति मीयुषाम. He is watching his body being washed, given bath. जो in Indian Hindu tradition, whatever is done to the departed's sharira. He is a sakshi of all of that. He is watching it and how he was put on that whatever the vehicle, whoever he may be, Pradhan Mantri ho, Mukhyamantri ho, बड़ा नेता, whoever he may be, a sadhu sant ho या ordinary fellow, he is watching it. Okay, even the body taken and then being cremated there, burnt. सब वो देख रहा है. At that time, अस्मिन् देहे शवे दग्धे तत्र एव अस्ति आस्थिति मीयुषाम लघु देह अनुभवनम अवश्यम. You know, he knows I am a jiva now. As a jiva, that sthula deha tadatma is not there. There were sthula dehas, guruta and katinata are not there. He is in that laghu and tula sthiti. As a jiva who is watching his own body being burnt. So, laghu dehanubhavanam avashyam bhavi vai tatha. Necessarily he will realize himself to be Ativahika, Krishna Vasudeva, when his body is burnt. He has not realized through the yoga sadhana, but necessarily he will realize himself to be other than sthula sharira, because वो देख रहा है और उसकी आंखों के सामने ही that body is being burnt. And देखते देखते, if he is continuously watching it, starting from that first moment of Siti Lagaya, within next 7-8 hours, if he is watching continuously, everything gets burnt except those bones. They won't get melted at that temperature. So he is watching. Then what is his identity at that time with himself? That Laghu and Thula. Now the point is, the crux of the point is what? Even though person all through life lived as Dehosmi only, yet when dies, he knows he is the Ativahika. Out of compulsion. So therefore, Ativahika is different from Adibhautika. Itna to pata chala na? So the difference in the person dead and yogi is, yogi while living only he knows. By his Nirantara sadhana, that he is Ativahika only, not Adibhautika. In that experience of him fully established I am Ativahika, the Adibhautika concept is gone. In that conceptual Adibhautikata only there was Katinata, Stulata, the alcohol. See? Therefore, Laghu Deha Anubhavanam Avashyam Bhavi Vai Tatha. अगर वो बंदा बिना साधना योग का मरे हुआ, उसको भी पता चल जाता है आई एम नॉट स्थूल देहा, देन प्रबोध अतिशयाद एति. The yogi, when he is vigorously trying and trying day in and day out for decades together, he also gets awakened to I am Ativahika Sthiti. So, Prabodha Atishayat Eti Jivatam api yogina. So, if it happens to a dead fellow, why can't a yogi while living that he cannot detach from Atibhautika and recognize himself to be Ativahika? It's possible. This is the beauty of this topic. Okay. Then another example is given. Even in dream, Uditayam smrutau tatra sankalpatmahamiti alam yadrushassa bhaved dehaha tadrushoyam prabodataha. Very, very important point is कि Uditayam smrutau tatra. In dream also, if some guru comes and teaches and he gets the smriti that aham sankalpatma, मैं तो संकल्प रूपी जीवात्मा हूं, आतिवाहिक हूं. Only that much. Iti alam. When he realizes, then even in dream that laguta stola, the katinata and guruta and katinata go away. Same way, tadrusha yadrusha sa bhavet dehaha tadrusha ayam pramodataha. So see how many examples are given. First example is in dream, the Guruta Katinata. When we wake up, that Guruta Katinata is gone. As a waker, that dream body's weight and hardness are gone. Second example given was throughout the life lived as a Deha. But once died when he is watching his own body is burnt, at that time he is again Lagutula, not Guru Katina. Third example is in the dream only. When some guru teaches, if somebody knows that only I am what? He, Sankalpa Atma Ahamityalam. I am only Sankalpa Atma means I am only the Ativahika Sthiti. When he realizes, Uditayam Smrtau Tatra Sankalpa Atma Ahamityalam Yadushasa Bhavet. Then he becomes lighter in dream also. He can start flying, floating, etc. A dream yogi. Yogi in the dream. Means some yogis in the dream also they become yogi. ये कुछ लोगों के लिए होता है, not for everyone. Though example is beautiful, but it's very very rare. In the same way, yatusha bhavet deha tatusha ayam prabodhita. Ayam means even in waking maybe this yogi when he gets prabodhita awakened to the ativahika sthiti, he also finds that weightlessness, katintalessness. That's how he is able to fly wherever he wants. So the three examples, and through three examples, fourth one what's conveyed is in the yogi's life, there is no more Adi Bhautika Bandhana. He has reached to Adi Vahikata. Isn't it? Then is it not a good information for us, an inspiration for us, and then a support for us? That I am Adi Bhautika nahi hu, Adi Vahika hu, Adi Bhautikata for millions of years and in millions of lives, and in this life right from beginning, majoritarily, predominantly, Adi Bhautika Abhyasa only I am living. Therefore, I am considering thinking myself to Sharira. Everybody is living life like that only. And एक चोरों की नगरी में सब चोर है. सब निकले सुबह या रात को, सुबह आके फिर इकट्ठा बैठ गए. अरे तू कहाँ से कितना चुराया, कितना चुराया. इधर मैं वो टाउन गया उधर चुराया, मैं इधर जंगल में गया इधर चुराया, मैं वो रास्ते पे गया वो चुराया. तो सारे चोर मिले एक गांव में रह सकते हैं ना. So all thieves in one place, the birds of same feather flock together. Same way, all the beings are identical with the Deha. We are in that setup. So that's what the practice given to us. We live like that only. But the yogis have understood it and they have transcended through their sadhana, done from many lives, and in this life they have accomplished it. Raham Ativahikosmi. Immediately, the Adi Bhautika, along with its Katinata and Stulata, all of that gets dissolved. Therefore, Uditayam Smrtau Tatra Sankalpa Atma Aham iti alam yadrusha sabhavet dehaha tadrusha ayam pramodataha. So it can give us आज से एक ही रूल बनाओ. I have to reach to my आतिवाहिक स्थिति. I want to transcend आदि भौतिक स्थिति. है ना? Both when you practice a Sakshi Bhava to a great extent, also when you deeply analyze in Vedanta, both where from the Sthula Sharira happened, express it. Two answers will come. One Karana of Sthula Sharira is about Bahya Pancha Mahabhutas. Another Karana of the Sthula Sharira is our own Vasanas, Samskaras. Isn't it? Because of my inner Vasanas, the outer Sthula Sharira came to me. Like in my desire in the mind to have this food, either I ordered an online and it is made and given to me, or I go to a hotel, order there and wait and receive it. मेरे मन में जो कामना है वो वस्तु के रूप में आया कि नहीं. So to in me the vasanas, kamanas, samskaras are there inside. They have made the outer pancha mahabhutas to combine and come to me as this Sthula Sharira. Think about it. Therefore, again and again when we say this Sharira is made of pancha mahabhutas, in the pancha mahabhutas, with practice, knowingly merging Prithvi Tanmatra into Jala, Jala to Agni, Agni to Vayu, Vayu to Akasha, Akasha to Mula Prakriti. Inside also when we dissolve our vasanas. I am hypothetically telling, if you work out it will happen, then we also realize I am Ativahika, no more I am Adibhauti. देखने वाले को आदि भौतिक दिखता है, बट आई नो आई एम नॉट. Then he can fly, he can sit, he will get all those superhuman powers, supernatural powers beyond Stula Sharira powers. Beyond Stula Sharira means that which Stula Sharira cannot accomplish, like flying, etc. It can achieve. So aim at that. My two stages of travel are Adi Bhautika to Ativahika, Ativahika to Chidakash. In the Ativahikata, gone beyond Stula Sharira, total individuality, ignorance are not dismantled, dissolved. Total Aham Brahmasmi is not yet realized. In Leela's case, she has achieved this Ativahikata. That's why she could go to our lokas, leaving that body there, about which only the question answer is going on. She's also reached to the Chidakasha level. Because that was our goal, and Saraswati ji ko unhone invoke kiya. Having come, Saraswati Mata, how can she leave her greatest disciple without giving her Chidakasha Jnanam? That's why when Saraswati Mata was called and Leela asked funny things, सरस्वती माता तो पहले उसको चिदाकाश का ज्ञान ही दिया. दिस लेडी डिड नॉट टेक. शी वांट्स टू सी हर हस्बैंड एंड ऑल. अब देखा तो अपनी जैसे दूसरे के साथ वो मस्ती कर रहा है. अब मेरा क्या गया, वो सब लिखा नहीं. All the things in Indian movie, all of them are shown. In scriptures, they have to be understood. मेरे जैसी एक दूसरी लीला मिली और मेरे से यंग है, खूबसूरत है. You will forget me only. Then she realized, now both the things, that राजा उसके कल्पना है, चलता रहता है, मैं मेरा कल्पना में थी, हम सारे कल्पनाएं छोड़ come to हकीकत. The reality is अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. है कि नहीं? थोड़ा थोड़ा ओपन हो रहा है. प्लीज, वी आर ओनली इन द बिगिनिंग स्टेजेस. डोंट जंप टू अ कंक्लूजन that this alone is ultimate knowledge, or कि we can't move ahead. We have started, much more to gain. Sadhana also to be done. That yogic sthiti, that brahmic sthiti we have to reach. We have already studied in Gita, Esha Brahmi sthiti Partha. Bhagavan told in Gita, second chapter, न इनाम प्राप्य विमुह्यते अस्याम स्थित्वा अंतकाले पे ब्रह्म निर्वाण. अब देख, भगवान तो तू ब्रह्म बन बोल रहा है और ये कहते हैं मेरे को युद्ध में घुसा रहे हो अर्जुन, है ना. घोरे कर्मणि माम क्यों नहीं हो जैसे. That's how the Guru may lift us to such a highest level, but we, the wretched fellows, live only at the gross level of our own style. That's the problem. गुरु के यहाँ हमारे बारे में इतना उम्मीद होते हैं उनको. ही टीचर्स योर ब्रह्मा. ही सेज, गुरु महाराज मजाक मत कर, आजा तुम भी मेरे साथ आइसक्रीम खा. वी आर ऑल आदि भौतिक ओनली. That's why intelligent guru never goes to be with the worldly people. If they come, he teaches them Brahma Vidya, not to expect from them that they gain the Brahma Vidya and become Mukta, but to protect himself from these fellows dragging him to the worldly level. Very interesting. Intelligent guru ऐसे careful रहते, because that's a price to be paid. Carefulness, the inadvertence नहीं रहना चाहिए. Always alert to establish in that Brahman. These all will be open to us, received by us as we grow, as we mature. We are only अभी LKG, UKG में हैं. As we go to 10th, 12th, the children at the 10th, 9th level, then they start understanding the importance of each of the subjects that are taught to them. Why physics, why chemistry, why mathematics, why history, why civics. ये सारे उसको तब पता. Why literature, why other technical knowledges. हमको भी right now we are only in the beginning stage. Even though quantitatively we are listening good texts, but our listening is not qualitative. No follow up by contemplation, manana, chintana. That sensitivity है ही नहीं कि हमें परमात्मा को पाना है. चल रहा है जिंदगी. नहीं 24 में 20 आवर्स देहोस्मी में ही हम सेटल्ड है. 4 घंटे भी क्लास में आते हैं ऐसे ऐसे ऊपर ऊपर से. महर हो भगवान को गुरु का मेहरबानी करने के लिए. From this stage, when we become truly dedicated only for that purpose, then we will start understanding, living, and experiencing the higher truths, which is our goal. Up to this, we have seen, friends, कि उदितायाम स्मृतौ तत्र संकल्पात्मा हम इति अलम यादृशः सह भवेत् Dehaha Tadrusha Ayam Prabodh. Even in dream, somebody teaches yoga vidya, he does yoga. Dream may also, he knows I am not Stula Sharira, I am Ativai. And he becomes very light. He starts flying in the dream. Same happens in Jagrat. Like in Jagrat, I am this body. डेली खाना दे रहे, एक्सरसाइज दे रहे, निद्रा दे रहे, बट मानो 12-20 साल बैठ के योग साधना में सारे देह तादात्म्य को छोड़ दी. देन आई रियलाइज मैं आतिवाहिक स्थिति. देन फॉर मी द देहता विल नॉट बी देयर, स्थूल देहता. नो आई हैव रीच्ड द आतिवाहिक स्थिति. दैट इज द फल ऑफ ऑल दिस साधना एंड अभ्यास. Once I am in the Adivahika, Adibodhika Samasyas are gone, no? Wonderful this experience it is. Having said this one, now Sri Vasishtha continues. Finally, Bhrantirevam iyam bhati rajvam iva bhujangata kim nashtamasyam nashtayam jatayam kim prajayate. Now again, this typical Vasishtha way of saying the sublime truth, which you have heard in all Upanishads, particularly Mandukya, many, many times. Very powerful. Ki bhranti hi evam iyam bhati. This Tula Sharira is Bhrantimaya only. Rajvam iva bhujangata, like the serpent on the rope. Now interesting. Kim nashtam asyam nashtayam. When the rope disappears or destroyed, what is lost? Nothing is lost. And when the rope is projected, sorry, snake is projected, really is something really created there. Jatayam kim prajayate. Therefore, neither the snake is born nor the snake is destroyed or killed. What happened was, snake appeared and disappeared. What was eternally there was the rope only. So eternally there is Brahman alone, that itself is Ativahika. The Stula Deha is projected like the snake, and when the snake is taken as real, as we go through all the fears, sometimes as if the snake has bitten, the person may die also. अगर उसको इतनी भावना चढ़ गया कि मेरे को सांप ने डसा, which is सांप on the rope, which is never there. But the thought of him gets molded into a poison because of his strong insistence that he may even die there. And if you medically check him, it will be found he is dead of this poison only. That poison is not there in the snake because snake itself was not there. But his bhavana is so powerful that his inner body got modulated into that poison and he got killed. वो संभव है. But really the snake is not there. It is in your delusion. So when the snake is projected, nothing is born. When the realization of rope happens, then the snake gets rejected. No snake died there. So too, through the wrong abhyasa, when the Stula Deha is projected, Stula Deha is never born, never real. So too, through the yoga abhyasa, when I realize my Ativahika Sthiti, then the Stula Deha is not killed or buried or burnt or destroyed. Only projected is rejected. And by wrong abhyasa, which is given reality, that reality given thing is rejected by the right abhyasa. Thus, ajnana removed by jnana, the wrong abhyasa removed by the right abhyasa, then the wrong anubhuti replaced by the right anubhuti. Wrong anubhuti is as a deha, I have janma marana roga. The right anubhuti is as a ativahika, I don't have all of them. Wrong anubhuti is as a deha, I am sthula, kathina, etc. As Adivahika, I am not Stula, I am not Katina, Lagu and Tula. I am soft and light. All that will be realized. This much is enough today. Rama asks the question now. Okay, Lord, you have tried to explain to me, I understand. Further, I'll ask you. Anantram ye vastavyaha leelam pashyanti te yadi tat satya sankalpadaya buddhyante kimata prabho. So he's asking the question to us that Leela who came first is the Leela in the Viduratha Sharira. But she wanted her husband, so she was sanctioned by Mother Saraswati and all. They have seen her, recognized her. He asked by mistake if the first Leela, who is now in Ativahika Sthiti, through her Sankalpa, because she has got the Sankalpa Siddhi now, becomes visible to the people there. How do they take her as? One question. Another inherent question is, When that first Leela, which is the second Leela actually, Leela who came first, when they see her, how did they accept her to be Leela without questioning your original Aikinai? Because Rama listening story, he knows what duplicate wali hai. But those people, how, did they accept her? Did they get the doubt? Who is she? So Vasishtha ji gives a powerful answer to that. वो सब देहतादाद में इतने बेवकूफ है, they won't ask question. So they accepted her. If this Leela manifests, then they take her to be her some friend somewhere. That's it. कोई दिमाग खपाते नहीं. उनको अगर खाना मिला, टीवी मिला, अच्छी तरह पति पत्नी बात सुन रहे हैं, बच्चे बच्चों का सेटलमेंट हुआ, who are bothered about this Brahman, the Atman, the Jiva, the Ativahika, they are not interested. See that? Vasishtha ji will answer those things. With that, this chapter will have those topics. They're also very sukshma. Let us see how much we can study them. Om Purnamadaha Bol Sri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. वशिष्ठ भगवान की जय, सरस्वती मैया की जय, समस्त संतन की जय, वाल्मीकि भगवान की जय, आप सबकी जय हो. So now only one class. We have concluded our Sri Ramayana Aranyakanda. We have to start our Adi Shankara's texts. Vakya Sudha is the one which you have to study, which is also another name. Drugdrishya Viveka. Let us see when we start it in Hindi. Our morning class is anyway going on. Yesterday even Mandukya also over in Telugu. So there also a new text will start. Let us see through which text study, which Guru's blessing, the thing gets opened up for us and we are able to conspicuously understand, easily meditate, effortlessly realize. Till that happens, we don't take up any other project. And what else to do? Therefore, we keep on doing this one. That's my conviction. You are with me? Study together Shastras. Keep on increasing the understanding. And by now, we have understood one thing, that the understanding is not easy. We have understood another thing, nobody can do sadhana for us. We have to do by starting it. And another thing we have understood, the started sadhana, till the anubhuti comes, we have to continue. Then only anubhuti comes. Anubhuti gives moksha, not mere mukh knowledge. ये सारी चीज जब तक पक्का हो गया ना, and nobody can do this for me. I only have to do, and as much I postpone it, I only postpone my sadhana. With every day's postponement, I am adding newer vasanas, newer thick prarabdhas, which will take me more time to come back to the spiritual. तो इतने कम से कम चीजें जो खास हैं, I'm sure you caught it. Okay, friends, that way let us revel in the study of Shastras. This way, by the grace and blessings of all our Guru Parampara. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha.